Alright guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Hatch's Recreational Engineering. And on this episode, the Jenko is back. So for those of you just tuning in, this is my 1972 Chevy Nova that we picked up as a shell. We built this thing from a rusty shell, and it was built on a shoestring budget just to get this thing back on the road. And it turned out super cool. We worked with what we had. A lot of what we had was junk, but we built a car that ran, drove, shifted, stopped, did all the stuff, you know, a ratty muscle car should. But now that we've had this thing for a while, it's time to show the Jenko some love. So after dragging this heap of a shell home, the first thing we had to do was source some sheet metal. So a friend of mine who lived not too far away had a car that was way beyond saving, but it had like halfway decent sheet metal on it. So that's how half the car wound up being blue and half the car wound up being maroon. So let me get you around here and show you what we're dealing with as far as the sheet metal on this thing. So the fenders, they're actually in okay shape. They're not horrible. This one's got a big hole gouged out of it for where an antenna would have been. You know, the bottom of the fenders have the typical rot down there, but, you know, it's bolting onto the car, so it can't be that bad. The inner wheel houses are there, and there's no... That's just the undercoat flaking off, but there's no crazy rot holes or anything like that. This door, however, is just hot garbage. I mean, hot garbage. It's all loaded with filler that's cracking and flaking off. There's a big gouge dent thing going along here. But the main thing is when you get this thing open, don't forget, it was free. But when you get this thing open here, you've got rot here, across the bottom, and the front of this thing. Whew, that's way worse than I remember it, to be honest with you. But it's pretty bad. And this isn't like... We're not talking door skin material here. This is like the inner structure of this thing is junk. But it opens and closes and does what a door is supposed to do. We were able to get the door to line up great with this quarter panel. I mean, it's working. When you're building stuff on a budget, free is great. Usually people want a couple $100 for a door if it's solid. So we had to work with what we had. The hood, the whole front of it's cooked out. I mean, the front of it's so cooked out that we held that trim on with self-tappers. Okay? You got to do what you got to do. There's a whole bunch of rust on the surface of this hood. There's a couple holes in it. It is what it is. We made the cool hood scoop. Funniest thing about the hood scoop is that there's like a 50-50 split. Like, guys older than 45-ish, 50 years old, hate this. It's like such an abortion to this car. You ruined it. They get upset. The younger guys, they love it. They seem like they dig the hood scoop thing. You know, it was would I have done it to a nice hood? Absolutely not. Was it worth trying to do it to this hood? Heck yeah. This hood gets even worse when you get to the bottom side of it. So you can see the back of it here is all cooked out of it. There's a giant hole there. The hood had no mounting holes, so we wound up welding the hinge to the hood. As you can see, more really bad rust on the bottom side of this hood. Just really bad. It's bad. This fender, massive dent gouge thing here. About the same-ish level of rust as the other side. The inner wheel houses are still good. Yeah, that's your front end tour. Oh, the deck lid. The deck lid is by far the worst piece of sheet metal. The car that we had gotten it off of had been rear-ended, so this was originally V'd in here, but I smashed it back out. This is a small workable. We could pound just a little bit of love will take that right out. And now this is just junk. Yeah, this one's just junk. show you why we got hood pins in a second. Yeah, this thing was so badly mangled and rotted that we just cut all the structure out of it that was rusted. And this is what we wound up with. And that's why we have hood pins. Because where a trunk lock mechanism would go, there's nothing to hold the trunk lock mechanism. So like I was saying, when we originally built the Jenko, I mean, the build started out as being called the budget build. Before it got a stripe, it wasn't called the Jenko. We had no intentions of calling it anything. It was just the budget build because we were trying to build this thing as cheap as we possibly could. So doing that meant using what we got for free or donated or whatever. So this is what free sheet metal looks like for a Nova. And it's okay. I've had this car on the road now for 2 years, and we have driven the snot out of it. It's super, super cool with the 327, the 4-speed, and the 10-bolt. This car just works. It's a blast to drive. My family loves it. But the whole time I've had it, I've been kind of like, you know, man, should we show the Jenko some love? Like, once it got the name and kind of gained some traction, you know, and I started really driving it, it was like, man, wouldn't it be nice to kind of, I don't want to make it nice. It's the Jenko. You can't not make it too good. But it's always been in the back of my head that maybe we should do something with it. So one night I was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace and a gentleman was selling a car, and the car had a whole bunch of extra parts with it. And in that pile of extra parts was the exact same blue fenders. This is Ascot blue, which is kind of rare. A lot of these that you see are in like the Mulsanne blue, or there's a few other blues, but the Ascot blue is like a lighter one than typical. So I always thought that the chances of finding sheet metal for this car would be very, very slim. But sure enough, scrolling through those pictures, I found most of the front end for this thing. And I was like, man, I have got to have it. So I messaged the guy, sent him a couple pictures of the car, and asked if he'd be willing to part with the sheet metal. He said, if you bring a set of fenders up here and a hood up here, I'll trade you. Which was the coolest thing ever, because I have so many Nova parts. I mean, now since I've built this car, I have so many parts laying around that I loaded a truck bed full of parts I had up, drove up to meet him a little over an hour and a half-ish away. And now, let me show you what I got. Sitting in my basement in the laundry room for the last 6 months, I've been collecting and storing and waiting to do this. So from him, I got the front fender, the hood, the other front fender, and that kind of snowballed. You know, now I've got a front clip, but that door was junk and that trunk lid was junk. So I had to figure out, what are we going to do here? So I found a whole batch of doors from another person, and I picked up all of the doors for pretty darn cheap. And this one is in pretty darn good shape. It's super rust-free. It was a good candidate for what we wanted to do here. It does have like a dent here and stuff, so it's not a perfect door, and I didn't try to make it a perfect door. This was white when I first got it, and I did the same rattle can paint job to the door, the trunk lid, and the cowl that I did to the Ventura. If you watched that video series, this is paint out of a can. And then I patina matched it and blended it, and man, I think it just came out so good. I've got some red in here to look like the red oxide primer kind of deal. The trunk lid's got the same thing going on, that it's kind of cooking through the paint. The cowl came out super killer. So this is the first that this sheet metal has been anywhere near the vicinity of the Jenko. I know it might be like a big deal to some people, because it's going to be a whole new like version 2.0 for this car. It's kind of got a vibe with the hood scoop and the ratty front end, and I hope I like it all one color. This will be the first that this car has been one color in 30 years, so I hope I like it that way. But I think that, you know, as cool as this car is, that it definitely deserves it. So I'm excited to get the new sheet metal on it to see how close it matches, you know, because I painted a door and a trunk lid and a cowl to match 50-year-old paint of the quarters, the front fenders, and the hood. I did go ahead and buy new inner wheelhouses for them because I wanted them to be nice. And Ray's Garage sent me these front marker lights, which are really nice. He also sent me these eyebrow trim moldings, which are really nice. And over the years, I've acquired a junk front bumper. And this rad support's here because I'm going to need the filler panel and stuff that's out here because the Jenko will have a bumper for the first time ever. We're going to fix stuff like the taillights that are all smashed out of the back of this thing. And the Jenko might actually be, dare I say, nice. All right, so step one is going to be to get Rebecca to help me take the hood and the trunk lid off of this thing. So, you know how much she loves doing that.
And you won't stop annoying me. Come on, Holly.
Over what?
You're Jack!
Why are you yelling at me?
I don't know, because your shit is everywhere. My slippers got all wet. Will slippers work? Yeah, great. Are we done?
Thank you for your help, Leva. Rebecca! Rebecca! Alright, you gotta help me get the hood off of it.
Okay.
Because we're ditching the hood scoop.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
Why don't you think it's a good idea?
Because I like the hood scoop. Why do you do all this for nothing?
It's cool.
I know.
But it's got, I want it. It's time to go.
Okay.
It's good. It's gonna be good wall water. Because you know I can't throw it out.
Oh no, never. Keep all of our junk. Like, what's wrong with this? This looks great.
The fenders aren't that bad. The fenders aren't that bad. Nor the hood and the trunk.
Don't fix what's not broken. It's not broken.
It didn't cost me anything to fix it.
In my opinion, the car looks great just the way it is. Do you want me to go to that side? Yes? No?
I'm thinking.
Probably. That's usually what we do. Hold on, let me warm up real fast.
This one has to come off down here because the hinge is welded to the hood.
Oh shit. The next one won't be like that?
No.
You got it? Oh my god, this is heavy. Hold on, it's slipping.
Don't slip it.
Oh Jesus, I thought my hand was gonna get cut off.
Oh yeah. See? There was nothing here.
Okay.
So,
rustier than what I remember.
It's rustier than you remember. Yeah,
But
it was rustier.
Is so cool.
The hood scoop is cool, but
I think you should put one on the next one.
I'm not putting another hood scoop on the next one.
Maybe the next one after the next one.
That one's all cut out. I can't believe that we're having the conversation where you're like, no, I like it the way it is.
I do. It looks so cool. I don't know.
You don't think it'll be cool all blue?
Not really. No.
Oh.
I guess we'll see.
Okay.
I think we might have to sell it then.
No.
It won't be unique.
It will be unique.
It won't be unique.
Oh my god, now you're hurting my feelings.
It's unique right now. The YouTubers are going to agree with me.
No, they're not.
You might be surprised.
They didn't agree with me when I built it, so now all of a sudden they're going to agree with you that it's built?
Yeah.
Alright. That's the wrong size. Well, now if anybody's got a shell, we could build another Jenko, so let me know.
So you're going to have to restripe it?
No, you're going to have to restripe it.
Oh my god.
You striped it the first time. But yes, we will have to restripe. I mean, this side we have to do almost the whole car.
Front.
But the other side, only the
front.
fender.
Yeah. Only about half the car in total. Literally. What's wrong with this door? I'm just kidding.
That door is so bad. Look at the bottom of the door.
I know, I see.
No, the bottom.
Can you use this shit?
Can we... Dirt.
You put them all in.
The Jenko's hard to remember because it's like
one you ever built.
it's like half together, but not all together. This is the first one I built on YouTube from nothing, yes. But then we built far worse cars from far more nothing.
I know, but this was your first one that you ever.
The Jenko does hold a very, very special place in my heart.
I feel like you can't call it the Jenko anymore.
Yes, I can. The Jenko is because of the stripe. The Yenko stripe.
Oh, I thought it was because of the hood scoop.
There's nothing. The name has nothing to do with the hood scoop.
I think we didn't call it scoops.
We did. Did you just say we were calling it scoops?
I said it's a good thing we didn't call it scoops. To me, it's just not the same. This will just be the car that you built and then rebuilt.
Oh, that was bad.
Can I let it go?
Yeah.
I was just saying, this thing's probably
The door is loaded.
heavy.
The door is loaded with glass. It's heavy.
Okay, that's
That's all right, right?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
support
The most closed we can go would be the best.
I'll just stand here and look pretty.
Yeah. And they're all out except for one.
Where's the one?
It's in here.
Well, how'd you get it in there?
I don't remember.
What if you open it up? You might see
That's
it.
what that's what we're gonna have to do.
Okay. The camera people are probably like, I wonder what mood Rebecca will be in today.
Yeah, they probably are. Like, I wonder what mood she'll be in. I wonder the same thing.
Me too, sometimes. No.
You're right.
See, that was just me. I just don't want it to be top heavy that way and fall towards you. You know what I mean? Because this is only on this side. Is it out? Yep, it's out. It's heavier that way towards you, so just watch. Are we lifting it off? I can carry it. You got it? Okay. Alright, that's it? What else do you need? What else do you need while you got me in a good mood?
Well, if you're in that good of a mood, let's put the other door on.
Oh. Did you put that on? It looks newer.
The one that's on this door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did put new window felt.
I was gonna say, it looks new.
Weather stripping is all new. This door is really nice.
Look at that.
No, it's super,
Oh.
super bad.
Doesn't fit.
Huh? What, are we gonna crash into it?
No. I can do something on the other side.
Oh.
Oh.
Durr!
Idiot. So it held your last one down?
Yeah. Removing the hood pins would greatly increase the chance of being able to close it. Okay, so the entire front clip has been removed off the Jenko here, and we're ready to start bringing in new sheet metal. We've got the door on the passenger side and the deck lid is on it. So the laundry room basement area here is filled with old sheet metal, new sheet metal. It's all old. Some of it's less old. No, some of it's painted to look new, but it's old. Anyway, we've got to start getting this stuff on. One thing I do recommend when you're doing like a fender install here, loosen the rad support up. Being able just to slide this thing a little bit forward and back makes a huge difference in getting that inner wheelhouse to line up here. It just makes it way simpler. You don't want to be digging into the door here with the fender trying to get it on. Oh, headlight just fell out. Ah, look, that fender just installed itself. Woo! The bottom of that thing is tweaked. It's all right. We'll get her back into shape. I don't know how it got so out of shape, but she'll go back. Mark my words. Alright, so another cool thing that we've got going for the Jenko is Ray's Garage sent us some taillights that came out of his 70 Nova project. And these are going to be way, way better than what I have in here. I already unwrapped one of them. They're not perfect, but they're way better than what I got. And these have the gaskets. Mine are totally gasketless. Let me rip mine out and I'll show you what we got. Oh no. The bumper. Oh no. I can't win on anything tonight. Jeez Louise. Guess we're taking a bumper off. Alright, maybe I can get him out. Yes, I can. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so now that these are out, you can see what I'm working with here. This one was all blown out. This one's actually, it's okay. But the main thing is all the studs are broken off the back. And you can see I actually booger welded some all thread onto there. Same thing on this side too. That's nice. Like I said, when we built this car the first time, it was a budget. And these were free. So I had to make them work. And you know what? We had brake lights. We never got pulled over or stopped in this car for blinkers or turn signals or anything. We used what we had, and now it's time to upgrade. And I mean, these are a huge, huge upgrade. Damn. Chrome looks pretty decent. All the hardware is included, so instead of 2 studs holding the taillights in, we'll have all of them. So that's pretty good in my book. I don't even know what to do when you have this many bolts holding together a car. Usually I assemble them with about half. Wow, that's nice. And hardware. Unbelievable. Now I'm gonna have to watch out for them kids getting too close at the car show. Back off! Don't scratch the paint. Come on now, little fella. Go to your home. Don't install these with an impact gun, because you don't want to break them studs off or cause them to round off. Perfect. they're nice. Too nice. As you can see, the whole front end, as well as the door and the deck lid, are all fit on the car. Everything is looking pretty darn killer. But let me show you kind of a situation we got going. Okay, so like I was saying, I painted the door. The fenders were the way they were. I painted the cowl. The hood was the way it was. And, you know, the body was the way it was. As you can see, there's a huge color difference between the fenders and the hood. And let me tell you why. When I got the fenders, I buffed these. That's the difference in the buff job. I mean, it's pretty serious. But this is good. I feel a lot better because there's a little bit of a color mismatch here between the door and the quarter. And I know for a fact that the hood and the quarter are a perfect match. And these are a perfect match. So if I buff the quarter and the hood, everything should line up and match perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this, and hopefully it comes around. All right, so the car is buffed and this thing is looking fire. But obviously, it still needs the stripe. Don't worry though. I saved the vinyl from way back when we originally did the car. I've been hanging on to the original decals from way back when we first built the car. Get that puppy on there. Get her on there.
How do you tell if it's on?
Oh, we'll know in a second. See how the stripe's gonna stay?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Just go really slow. Okay, I'll follow you. Dude, killing it. Looking good, broski.
How'd you get it all worn off?
I painted off. Remember? Dude, nice work. Nice work, jabroni.
Grab the other side. You were filming that whole time.
Yeah, because you were helping me. And that's like what we always do with Jenko. You guys always help me build Jenko. You guys have helped me build every version of this car so far. This is version 2.0.
I hate you. 2.0.
You don't like version 2.0?
No, I like the hood scoop.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
Don't subscribe.
I like the hood scoop. I like the hood scoop.
Why?
I don't like the hood scoop. It's too janky. It's not janky enough. I can never get anything right by you boys. Where were we? Daniel, you are an absolute legend.
Alright, bye.
Thanks, dude. You're the man.
Bye, YouTubers.
Okay, so as you can see, the stripe is painted on, the masking tape and stuff is removed, and it looks perfect. Man, I'm pretty good if I do say so myself. I pretty much nailed this every single time. I've got to give this paint like you know, 24 hours or so to cure before we give it the old breaker down treatment. I did pick up some wheels for this thing. These have just been rollers on it the whole time. And if you've noticed that, you know, since the way the car was originally built, those front wheels are painted a different color. It might give you a hint as to what's to come. So let me show you what I got here. Boom! That's right, steel wheels, painted body color. And I went ahead and I mounted and balanced them with my favorite wheel and tire combo for a 3rd gen Nova. It just works. This combo works. You've seen in previous videos that I can get as big as a 275 60/15 on the back of my cars, but this wheel tire combo is probably undoubtedly my favorite to just run around in a street car. These are a 255 60 tire, which look great. They look killer. And then these are actually a 15/7 with 4 1/4 inch offset from Wheel Vintiques. Steel wheel for a dog dish hubcap, and these are gonna look perfect. Super period correct, you know, for this thing being a Yenko. Body color. Yeah, it's gonna be killer. When you order these wheels from Wheel Vintiques, they ship them to you in primer, so it made it so easy to just, you know, on these units, I went ahead and plucked my baseball card trick around the wheel diameter there, and it made those super easy to spray. Those probably won't be long term. That's a 14-inch steel wheel with a pretty small tire, 195/75. It's just a set of steel wheels I had laying around from some, I don't even know what they're from, but you know, I don't have the funds right now to drop in the front wheels and tires, so just a little bit of extra paint to cover those. And these I went ahead and splurged on. When I bought these, the Cooper Cobra tires were actually on sale. I don't remember what the sale was. It might have only been $6 off, but I told Rebecca they were on sale, so it was a deal. I'm gonna go ahead and get these thrown on the car. And the next time you see this thing, hopefully we're pushing it outside for the first time since the front end swap. Because I feel like we just need to see it all outside in the daylight. So I'm gonna throw those steel wheels on, and the next time you see this thing, it'll be going outside. All right, guys, and just like that, the Jenko is a complete car once again. All one body color, the stripes faded to match the original stripe we put on, and I think this thing came out perfect. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm sure some people will be upset about the you know, the version 1.0 being ditched for version 2.0, but honestly, I cannot get over how freaking killer this thing came out. Looks super good. It's really, really good for trying to match 50-year-old panels. And I think it came out killer. I dig the body matched steel wheel look. There are things about the car that need to be upgraded still, though. This is just the beginning for version 2.0. I'd like to go through the interior, which is just in shambles right now. Also, you know, it's a little wonky with the 14s up front, but it's good enough for now. So we still got to get the trim on the cowl, and the more I look at it, the more I think it needs the hood decal. So let me know in the comments what you think about adding the hood decal to this thing. Anyway, I think it's going to do it for this video. The Jenko's going to get probably backburnered for a few videos, but trust me, it will be back. You know, we got a whole bunch of drivetrain stuff that we'd love to do this thing too. So let me know in the comments what you think of version 2.0, and we will see you next time.